Today I'm going to show off a newly released Casio that I believe is another future classic. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Are we on the precipice of seeing a new future icon from Casio whilst ruining another classic icon? Now, about a year ago, almost exactly, I reviewed a very good Casio called the ABL 100. And it was a retro looking digital watch that had the sort of looks of an A168, but it had a really cool feature, i.e. the step tracker. And I've got to be honest, when it comes to smart watches, a step tracker is quite fun to track your steps. Now, I called that ABL 100 a year ago a potential future classic, and I think it has been very popular. But what Casio have done in the last, well, it's being released today in the UK, is bring out the step tracker module and put it inside, for all intents and purposes, one of the greatest digital watches Casio have ever made. They've given it a modernization that will keep that retro Casio look going for the next decade. What's the icon I'm talking about? What's the new watch I'm talking about? And what does the wife think? Are you future classic Casio ready? Let's go! And ladies and gentlemen, here we have the FB100W-3AJF. Now, at first glance, this watch looks like, yes, an F91W. How could they do it to this icon? Haha, but wait. Yes, it may have the DNA of the F91, the classic watch, but look what happens when I put it next to my modded F91W. For all those guys and girls out there that have always thought that the F91W is just too small for their wrists, well, now Casio have got you covered. Because not only have they made an F91W, really, that has a step tracker feature and a few others, mind you, it is significantly bigger in proportions. Plus, with the added features, we get symmetry. 2 buttons either side of the case. Now, when I saw the rumours and the pictures of this FB100W, I thought to myself, is this a joke? Because it showed basically a big sized F91W with this step tracker digital display. And yes, Casio have released an FB100 that looks almost identical to the F91W. I chose this colour reference because not only do I think it's flipping cool, it's one of the best coloured resin Casios I've ever purchased, but it doesn't have that affinity, it doesn't have that recognition to an F91W straight away. And what do you think, people? I think this colour is absolutely banging. I don't know whether to call it green, blue, greeny blue, bluey green. I think, do you know what? It looks a little bit same colour as my eyes. Dirty green, blue. But anyway, what comes with a slightly bigger resin cased watch is a slightly bigger and longer strap. That's another reason why people with wrist sizes over 7 inches never really liked the F91W. Well, if you take a look at the straps, well, big guys and girls are being catered for here. It's the same kind of resin, maybe even slightly softer. That might be due to the bio-resin construction of these, but with that coloured resin, the case, the white and, I don't know, aqua green text on the face, it's absolutely banging, isn't it? I'm so chuffed I bought this colour. Anyway, the couple of new things you will find on the face that you don't find with an F91W is, of course, just to the right of the Casio logo is the words Step Tracker, and just above the WR Water Resist logo, we have Bluetooth. But don't be scared! Yes, you can connect this to the Casio app using your phone via Bluetooth, but you don't need to use it. I won't be. But let's take a look at the display, and this is where it completely doesn't look like an F91W, because we have basically 3 segments sectioned off with those 2 lines. We have a animation at the top which, you know, is pretty pointless. Casio do animations and I do quite enjoy them. The next section is our day, the year, the month, and the day of the month, and then we have our time at the bottom. Notice that the display, when I'm looking at it head on, is pretty crisp. So well done to your Casio there. But notice in that middle second section with the day, when I toggle the top left pusher, I have the steps I've done in the day, which I think is quite cool. And I think something that the youth of today, you know, those whippersnapper teenagers, would also enjoy without having to spend hundreds and hundreds on horrible smart watches that look horrible.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
When it comes to the modes, we have a stopwatch, which has an incredible sound. Have a listen when I start it. Listen. Do-do-do. That's pretty cool. We also can record our times, which is pretty special. You know, that is something that the F91 could only dream of doing. Then we have our countdown timer. Notice that in that middle bar section, we have the current time. That is pretty nifty. Then we have a dual time. So essentially, we have ourselves a GMT. Then we have 5 alarms. And if you want to connect this bad boy to your phone, the time can be auto-corrected. Therefore, this watch will never, ever lose time. I think the module itself loses or gains 15 seconds a month, which isn't too shabby anyway. But you've got world time function on there for about 300 cities. And onto the backlight, which again is not too shabby. Certainly tremendously better than an F91 could ever dream of. It's pretty good.
Hello.
On my 6.5-inch wrist, and people, I think we've got an absolute winner here. I really do. Not just the colour, which I think is incredible, but the size. Casio have nailed this size to make it fit on all wrists and look great on all wrists. It's just under 42 millimeters from top to bottom, 38 from left to right, and it's only around 8.8 millimeters thick. The watch itself is around 28 grams. All in all though, I am so glad I bought this watch in this color. I'm gonna wear this a lot, you know, people. So there we go, the FB100W. What do you lot think? Me? Well, I think it's awesome. You guys know I'm not a Bluetooth fan. I'm never going to connect any watch to my phone. So those features on this watch are lost to me. I'm also not a huge fan of that Bluetooth logo either. That's something they could put on the case back, surely. The only sticking point, and there is one, I'm afraid, the price. This watch, brand new on the Casio website, is £55. Still, on Amazon, I can buy an F91W for around 15 quid. Now, obviously, you've got the it's new tax, and people are gonna have to really think to themselves, you know, is it worth buying? If it was around £10 cheaper, I think it would have been an absolute budget banger. Those young teenage whippersnappers may look towards the older Casios without the Bluetooth features, which isn't bad, is it? But this color reference, I think people are going to go absolutely mental over it. And soon, as this watch has been released in the UK right now, I can see my Instagram DMs being absolutely flooded with wrist shots of these watches. So overall, pretty happy. So here is my wife's views on the FB100s. I don't really want to look. Thanks for showing me another kid's watch. Slightly bigger. So what? The colour's all right. Could have been worse. Yes, Casio Corner is back, and we've got to say a big thank you to Greg Bloody Bryant. How can I not show off this amazing DW5000R with the background that looks to be one of the greatest YouTube wristwatch channels on the planet. Yeah. I don't know if it's me or not, I don't know, I'm not sure, it could be. But it's a fabulous shot, my friend. Beautiful pot plant arrangement on that coffee table at the back. That display is superb, and the watch ain't bad either. Thanks for tagging me in. And if you want to be on the next Casio Corner, all you got to do, find me on Instagram here and tag me in on one of your Casio posts. Because who knows, next time, the star of the show could be you. Yes, another fantastic Casio show wrapped up. And if you want to show a bit more support to the Mad Watch Collector channel, we've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scene footage, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this phenomenal lot. What? But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and I hope I do, come on, keep the algorithm going for me. God knows I need it. Click right there. Look at this one. Casio. Oh, you're going to love it. Go on, click it. This is a future classic, future banger. Mark my words. Click this one. Click it. Click it.